So I took some tears off my eyes and I put it on his forehead.
Listening to Let Your Voice Be Heard.
It's a logical fallacy, and I know that, but, as always, and maybe the rest of the panel can tell you, I play a bit of the devil's advocate because I am the lone black Republican up here.
He just made a fool out of himself. I mean, you can look at Dennis Rodman and think he's making a fool out of himself.
You know Barack Obama, what he was like, anti-war, government...
Boy, that escalated quickly.
I got to jump into a rally to save a hospital here in Brooklyn in just a minute.
I stopped working on my dissertation the second my grandmother died.
I am a blazing liberal who can have a Republican-leaning ideology if you give me enough beers.
I got to get you that Illuminati thesaurus. Once you get that, you're going to be able to speak in the same language I can speak.
Now, a white person with a criminal record is more likely to get a job than a black person without one.
What? Did we just become best friends? Yep.
The point of financial stability and economic justice is that you're free from confines of society and you have more freedom and to make your own choices.
Just in general, people who have money tend to have more access to resources to be able to use in their defense versus people that don't have money. So you see a lot of, lower, and that's really a class issue, and race does come into play.
This is Let Your Voice Be Heard, right here on WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. Right along, it's time for the Dreamer and Doer series right here on Let Your Voice Be Heard. And again, this is our original series where we spotlight an inspirational young millennial who is doing great things, not only in their own life, in their own careers, but for others. They're giving back in a very tangible, positive way. And you know what I want to say? We've been on a streak of great dreamers and doers for the whole year, actually. And we have a great one. I'm sitting right next to him, Jamael Lynch. I want to introduce you, and I want you to just say, well, you were talking earlier about Adrian Peterson, but, you could just say hello one more time to everybody.
What up? What's going on, man? I'm glad to be here, man. Definitely thank you for having me.
I think everyone's awake now. I think if they took a little nap, they're awake now, yes.
Jamel, so you are a dreamer and doer, and you're looking to inspire, right?
Yes.
Inspire me right now.
Oh, God. I'm going to get to my intro, okay? Well, and you can...
I am the community. Can I have $100?
That'd be great, man.
If you want to be inspired, you got to go preach to the Church of Willie Nelson.
That's what you could do, Stanley. So let me introduce him formally. He is a professional basketball player, an NBA prospect, community leader, philanthropist, and the founder of a non-for-profit basketball clinic that helps youth from the ages 8 to 18. Before we get into the questions, though, correct me if I'm wrong, but you started your basketball career playing at SUNY Cobleskill,
yes,
where you led your team into a regional championship. You were then recruited to play at the University of Rhode Island, where you received the Team Spirit Award.
Yes.
But you graduated from the University of Massachusetts Lowell,
yes,
and then afterwards, after you earned your Bachelor's of Arts degree, you began to play basketball overseas. You went to France, and you played at the 22 Feet Basketball Academy. And then, because I memorized your resume, you started playing overseas, and you were drafted by the NBDL, the National Basketball Development League, a.k.a. the NBA D-League.
Yes.
Right. So, and now, somehow that leaves you here with us to that, but I want to take it back to Brooklyn, because that's where you're from, right?
Yeah, from Brooklyn.
And you were born in the Williamsburg Projects. But I read on your website that you knew you wanted to be a professional basketball player at 5 years old. Where does that inspiration come from? And correct me if I'm wrong, if you grew up in Williamsburg before it became gentrified to the degree that we see now, it was much worse. So where did you get that type of inspiration at such a young age?
Well, I fell in love with the game. As soon as my father put the basketball in my hand, it was something that was innate. It was something that I felt a passion for, and it's something that has driven me till now. It's been something that I loved and I still love, and the passion comes from itself. Just being around the game, seeing my father play the game, growing up in the Williamsburg Project, seeing people play, and I just fell in love with it.
Right. So not only did you fall in love with the game, but it seems like you have your whole identity, your whole career revolves around it, and you perfected it to a degree that not only do you use it, but you use it to help and inspire other people.
Yeah, basketball is just I feel it's a platform. At the end of the day, if you're not helping other people, then what's the point? I want to make sure I give other people value, and utilizing my talent, which is one of them will be basketball. I want to make sure that I'm giving people the opportunity I didn't have as well. inspiring them in different ways, teaching them about different things that they have no clue about, in terms of how you can be successful aside from basketball as well as within basketball. So I want to utilize basketball as a platform to do other things. So.
What do you mean you didn't have, you want to give them opportunities that you didn't have? I mean, you seem pretty straight from the intro. Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, basically, growing up in Williamsburg Projects, growing up in Brooklyn in general is hard. You're around a lot of different things that you, at a young age, you really don't want to be around, whether it's drugs or guns or gangs, whatever the case may be. I didn't have the opportunity to grow up watching professional athletes from my area. I wanted to come back and give these kids an opportunity to do that. So, me coming back and showing them that they actually can make it. I'm from the block you're from. I actually grew up right next door to you. I wanted them to see that, like face to face. It wasn't like on a TV station or on the internet. They see me. I'm visible. I'm tangible.
Right.
I was you, and I want them to see that.
Definitely, and they are seeing that. And I want to talk about something because I also read on your website that in 2012 and 2013 you suffered from injuries.
Yeah.
And you would know better than me. And I want to talk about like how that affected you professionally and like mentally as an athlete. Of course, your career, your livelihood is based on your physical abilities. Mm-hmm. So suffering from an injury sounds like a major setback. How did that affect you, and like just talk about it from that perspective?
Well, let me just say you did some research. You definitely did some research. But from a mental perspective, it was hard, man. It was hard. I'm just getting over an injury.
Really?
I was injured the last 2 years. I tore my labrum in my shoulder and sprained the ligaments in my foot pretty bad. So it's really hard because you especially when you have a passion for something, when your passion keeps you up at night. It's very hard because you want to do so much for other people. It is not necessarily, it stopped being about me a long time ago. I know that I can utilize my talent to help other people do certain things that they probably wouldn't even think about they'll be able to do. So, from a mental perspective, it was tough. You have days when you want to give up, days you just want to, just throw in the towel. And then from a physical standpoint, obviously getting back in shape, feeling like you still can do.
What actually happened? Like, what injuries did you suffer from?
Well, I tore the labrum in my right shoulder.
Okay.
Somebody hit me really hard on my shoulder.
Wow.
And I tore the labrum. I was out for about 5-6 months. And then November of 2013, I sprained the ligaments in my foot.
Oh, wow. So this past November.
Yeah, and I was out for about 8 months. So I'm just now really just getting back into it. I'm getting back in the flow, getting back in shape. And it's hard. It's been a tumultuous time for me, and it's an arduous road at times, but you got to continue to be persistent and have faith in your calling. And I feel like basketball is one of the things that's going to catapult me to do so many different things.
Okay, so I can only imagine you're sitting back. I mean, I don't know if this happened when you were playing in France, overseas, like the injuries, but hit after hit, because it happened back to back, and eventually you couldn't even play, right? Mm-hmm. What goes through your mind as an athlete? I'm sure, were there any thoughts of despair? Were there, how did you say, I'm going to continue to still do this? Or did you have like a mental struggle where you're like, I might not be able to do my passion, my calling? Like, why is this even happening to me?
I had times where I felt like I broke down. It was definitely a point of despair. I felt I couldn't go on anymore. Like, what is the purpose? Like, why do I keep continuing to hit these roadblocks? I want to do this not for Jamael. It's not about Jamael. It's about the youth. It's about giving kids an opportunity. So it hurt that much more because it's not about me. You know what I mean? So I'm wondering why do I keep going through these different things? And it was a point where I just wanted to. I just quit. I honestly just quit. It was a night I quit basketball. Like, it was a night.
I know. And then you woke up. And then you woke up.
You know what? I know how you feel, man. Because one time I twisted my ankle doing the nay-nay, and I never want to play ball again.
The nay-nay Stanley?
Yeah, like, it's a dangerous dance move. You don't even know.
I'm rolling my
eyes. As an athlete, I can relate to that.
Stanley is not an athlete.
I dislocated my shoulder doing a cat daddy one time. But, like, I was in my bed, and I fell. So, like, I know.
Relate.
Those sports injuries are real.
It's serious, man. It's serious. But it was just one of those moments where I had to realize that if this is not for me, I have to keep going. If it was just about me, I probably wouldn't have been playing no more.
Wow. So you're saying because you knew you wanted to use this platform to give back, that was your source of motivation and inspiration to somehow make it through the pain, physically and mentally.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm a very spiritual individual, and I trust in God and I have a lot of faith. And at times it wavers. It wavers because you look at your situation instead of looking at your God. So I definitely continue to push forward and follow something that I'm driven for, because it's not about me. It's a bigger thing at stake here.
And this bigger thing, let's talk about it. J. Lynch 57 Foundation, from my understanding, it's an umbrella for both your for-profit and not-for-profit organizations. Can you break down both organizations and what inspired you to say, you know what, I'm gonna go this right? Like I'm a officially form a foundation, a not-for-profit and a for-profit business. Like, where does this entrepreneurial thought come from? How did you figure out that this is a way to give back to the youth?
Well, I'm an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? I love business, and I believe that at the end of the day, you have to give back. You have to do something to help somebody else get to where you were going, where you at, and exceed that. So I wanted to make sure I have an opportunity to give kids, like I said, have the opportunity to give kids something I never had, and that is training with professional athletes.
So let's talk about, so which are you talking about, the non-for-profit or the for-profit?
Well, the non-profit and the for-profit is the same thing. The non-profit is just a condensed version of the for-profit.
And what is it called?
The non-profit is called Get Your Game Up Saturday and Sundays.
Okay.
And the for-profit is called Big and Little Skills Academy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say that your youth, you're, in between 8 and 18, they can sign up, male or female.
Yeah. They
can sign up for either the Get Your Game Up or the Big and Little
Skills Academy.
Right. Okay. So can you tell me what is what happens?
I don't got no money, so I'm trying to get my ball game up because I could dunk in NBA Jam, but not in real life. So which one? How do I get the?
I'm gonna help you out right now, brother.
Here we go.
So the for-profit is in the summer. It's Monday through Friday. It's from 9 to 4. What we do is teach kids about nutrition, Pilates, yoga, how to stretch, different things that they don't really know about that contribute to the game of basketball that they don't see LeBron or Kevin Durant or Carmelo Anthony do. They don't see these different things. They just see the highlights.
Yeah.
So the nonprofit and the for-profit is the same situation, but the nonprofit is on the weekends. It's on Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay.
On Saturday, it's free. Saturday and Sunday is free, so you can come through whenever you want. I'll show you some between the legs things. Some.
all right.
I'll show you a move with the nay. I got you. So on Saturdays, 3-4 hour clinic, teaching kids about just the basic skills of basketball.
Okay.
And we'll have a half an hour where we'll have a nutritionist or a Pilates instructor come down, talk to the kids. And on Sunday, we'll have a game. We'll have games in which the kids will implement what they learned on Saturdays on Sundays. And it's a continuous flow. So if you want to come Monday through Friday and Saturday and Sunday, it's a flow. So it's all summer. But now I'm actually going to be in after-school programs. So my nonprofit will be in after-school programs.
Oh, wow. Starting, where at?
It's going to start probably in October, November in Best Eye. I think it's PS8, I believe it is.
Okay.
Elementary school.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll play them in ball. I'll beat all those kids.
Light.
Yeah.
You seen Kanye got 106 on dudes on wheelchairs.
That's right.
So
107. I will dunk a little Timmy.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
So I wanna, eventually I want it to be everything to be free eventually, because I want to give kids in the inner city the opportunity to learn different things. We have an education portion. I went to a private high school. I went to Bishop Loughlin High School, and I got there on a scholarship through a program called the SSP program. A good friend of mine, her name is Defina Davis. She's one of the people who's in charge of the SSP program now. And basically what they do is they give kids the opportunity to go to private schools in all different places in the tri-state area. So we have an education portion where she'll come in and talk to the parents and the students, or the participants, on how to get those scholarships. And they are looking to give away scholarships, literally. So I want to make a difference, and to be quite candid, I want to change the world. I want to be that conduit to do so.
Well, you're doing that now, and I just want to put more emphasis on it, because with the Big and Little Skills Academy and the get your game up, not only are you teaching them the fundamentals of basketball and what to do physically, but that prep work And a lot of people don't put, they just don't know what goes into the making of a LeBron James, like you said, Carmelo Anthony. And it starts with your lifestyle. It starts with how you eat. It starts with how much you exercise and, mentally your focus and, being able to block things out or maybe separating yourself from other people and negative forces and energy.
Kobe.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, and it's so important that they're getting this well-rounded edition of what, of empowerment through basketball.
It's a holistic viewpoint of the game of basketball.
Right.
So these kids, they, like I said, they really don't have any type of idea about what it takes to get to that level. So they'll see me and they'll be like, hey, Jamael, what team you going to? Or, what you doing? And it's not about, they don't really know you eating right or you're stretching every day or you're doing Pilates and your Bikram yoga. You're doing these different things that contribute to the longevity of your career. And I feel like if we implement that into these kids at a young age, I could change the generation. So next year we'll be not just in New York. We'll be in Texas, Austin, Texas, and Indiana. So we're growing at a great rate. We have great sponsors. We have Floral Water. We have Body Armor, Kind Snacks, all these different sponsors who are contributing to our success. And these kids are going to have something that, is going to help them get to a whole new level in life. And I'm looking forward to its expansion.
Definitely.
Do they make Under Armour for Hennessy bottles?
All right, you know what? I need to get my last question in.
Fine.
So, right, Jamael, you are definitely doing a lot. And I also just wanted to mention that through basketball and the fact that you have so much dedication, it also opened up other opportunities for you with acting and modeling. And I understand you were even featured in national advertising campaigns for Boost Mobile, Foot Locker, Nike, and Spalding. So you're doing so much, and you touched upon what you dream of to continue to do. But can you just tell us, again, just wrap it up for us? What is it that you dream to do, let's say, in the next 5 to 10 years?
And I'm a published author.
Oh, wow. You and Stanley.
Got these books, man.
You're right now. But in the next 5 to 7 years, I want to take I want to take kids to another level in life. Whether it's teaching them how to tie ties, how to dress for success, the different things that kids don't know and don't get in the inner city. It's a perpetual cycle that's happening. You have to understand that in the community that we grew up in Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, whatever the case may be, Harlem, and in projects, we grow up having to manage different people. We got to manage our neighbors. We got to manage our parents, school, sports, friends, all these different things that we have to manage that, and we forget to manage ourselves. So if we can drill into them focus, determination, perseverance, persistence, all these different things that actually takes you to get to the next level, I feel like we can help so many different people, especially in the city, especially in African American history. African American community. I want to make sure that we break the cycle. We break the perpetual cycle of kids raising kids, or rather, not giving back to the community. A lot of people get out of the community. People don't know that. There are successful people that get out of the community, just don't come back. So now, we still have this crabs in a barrel mentality where we're trying to just help ourselves and not help each other. And I feel like if we can come together at a closed fist rather than an open hand, I think we can be successful, and that's what I want to do in the next 5 to 7 years.
Thank you so much, Jamael Lynch. I just want to leave everybody with this. Based on your own story, it sounds like through hard work and dedication, you used your God-given talent to elevate yourself, and now you're helping and giving back to others. But life always does not go as planned. I mean, you can plan it out. You can say, I'm heading straight for the NBA, and then you get injured. Or you can say, I'm going to be the next Oprah, or I'm going to be the next Barack Obama, and then you find yourself, you can't even get a job. But I think that when life throws us these curveballs, you have to do what Jamael did. And that is, find your source of inspiration in some way, whether that means looking at the kids in your own neighborhood or spirituality and God. You have to keep going and you have to keep trying. And I would say prepare for the worst, because a lot of times that plan A doesn't work out. I'm pretty sure at 5 years old, you thought you would have been in the NBA by now. But instead, look at what is going on in your life. Look at how the direct impact you're having on many other people's lives. And I think sometimes your dreams could be bigger than maybe your immediate aspirations, and that's how you give back.